So last summer, my 3 friends and I decided to take a well-deserved road trip after months of being cooped up in our apartments. We'd planned everything down to the snacks, enough chips to feed a small army and a playlist that somehow managed to include both Celine Dion and death metal. The plan was to drive upstate to a cozy little bed and breakfast, get some fresh air, and pretend we were outdoorsy people for a weekend. The only thing standing between us and our rustic getaway was the GPS, which I now realize has a wicked sense of humor. About 2 hours in, things started to get weird. The GPS chirped, "Take the next left," which led us onto a narrow, winding road that looked less like a route to a bed and breakfast and more like the kind of place where horror movies begin. We were all suspicious, but no one wanted to admit we might be lost, especially not Ben, who had insisted that technology never lies. As we drove deeper, the scenery changed from cute cottages to endless fields, and then suddenly, we were surrounded by goats. Literally. Dozens of goats, just hanging out, giving us judgmental stares. At first, we thought it was just a funny detour. Maybe the B&B had a little petting zoo? But when an old man in overalls ambled out and waved at us, offering a jug of fresh goat milk and a tour of his award-winning Billy, we realized we'd made a terrible navigational error. Ben tried to play it off, but nothing says wrong turn like having to wait for a goat to finish licking your windshield before you can back out of a driveway. As we tried to escape, the goats seemed to multiply, closing in like fluffy, horned security guards. That's when my friend Jess, completely unfazed, leaned over and said, "Well, I guess we took the scenic back road." And honestly, at that point, the only thing left to do was laugh and promise never to let Ben near the GPS again, unless we were in the mood for a little utter chaos.